I used to work night shifts at a small roadside motel. Nothing fancy. Just a cheap place off the highway where truckers and random travelers stayed for a night or two. The kind of place where nobody asks questions and nobody remembers your name. I took the job because it paid a little extra for overnight shifts. 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. Dead quiet most nights. Just me, the front desk, and a security camera system. At first it was easy. Too easy. Until the calls started. It was my third week. Around 2:17 a.m. The desk phone rang. Not unusual. Sometimes guests call for towels or complain about noise. I picked up. Front desk. Silence. Then, breathing. Slow. Heavy. Like someone standing right next to the phone. I said hello. Still nothing. Just breathing. Then the line cut. I checked the caller ID. Room 6. So I called back. It rang once. Then picked up. But this time, no breathing. No sound. Just dead silence. Then it hung up again. I shrugged it off. Probably a drunk guest messing around. 10 minutes later, the phone rang again. Same thing. Room 6. I answered. Front desk. This time, a whisper. Barely audible. Come check the bathroom. I froze. Something about the voice felt wrong. Like it didn't belong to a person. It sounded layered. Like two voices speaking at once. I said, "Is everything okay in your room?" No response. Then the call ended. I stared at the phone. I didn't want to go. But it was my job, so I grabbed the master key and walked outside. The motel was shaped like a U. All the rooms facing the parking lot. Room 6 was on the far left corner. The lights out there flickered slightly, and the parking lot was empty. No cars, which was strange, because earlier, Room 6 was occupied. I walked slowly toward the door. My footsteps felt too loud. The night felt too quiet. When I got there, the door was slightly open. I knocked. No answer. I pushed it open. The room was dark. Cold. Way colder than outside. Hello. Nothing. I stepped inside. The bathroom light was on. Door half open. I didn't want to look, but I had to. I pushed the bathroom door open. Empty. Completely empty. Sink dry, mirror clean, toilet untouched. No sign anyone had been there. I checked the rest of the room. Bed untouched. No luggage. No personal items. Nothing. It looked like no one had stayed there at all. I went back to the front desk confused. Checked the system. Room 6 showed as occupied. Checked in at 10:42 p.m. Name field. Blank. That didn't make sense. You can't check someone in without a name. I reviewed the security cameras. Scrolled back to 10:42 p.m. The footage showed me at the desk, looking down, typing, then grabbing a key and handing it to someone. But here's the thing. There was no one standing in front of me. I watched it 3 times. Same thing. I was talking to nothing. And then I smiled. Like I was having a normal conversation. I closed the footage immediately. My chest felt tight. At 3:03 a.m., the phone rang again. Room 6. I didn't want to answer, but I did. Front desk. This time, I heard my own voice, perfectly clear. Come back to the room. I dropped the phone. It kept talking. My voice, repeating the same sentence. Over and over. Come back to the room. Come back to the room. Come back to the room. I unplugged the phone. Silence. For about 5 seconds. Then it rang again. Even though it was unplugged, I just stared at it. Didn't move. Didn't breathe. It rang for almost a full minute. Then stopped. At 3:30 a.m., I heard footsteps outside. Slow. Dragging. Moving from room to room, then knocking. 3 knocks at each door. Knock, knock, knock. Moving closer. Room 10, room 9, room 8. Closer. Room 7, then room 6. The knocking stopped. Silence. Then I heard something I'll never forget. My voice again. But this time, outside. Open the door. I backed away from the front desk, heart pounding. Then came 3 knocks on the office door. Knock, knock, knock. I didn't move. Then louder. Open the door. Same voice, same tone. I looked at the security monitor. The camera facing the office door showed me standing outside, smiling, head tilted slightly. And then the version of me on the screen raised its hand and knocked. At the exact same time, I heard it in real life. Knock, knock, knock. I shut my eyes. I didn't know what to do. After what felt like forever, the knocking stopped. When I finally looked back at the monitor, no one was there. The rest of the night was silent. No calls, no footsteps, nothing. At 8 a.m., the morning manager arrived. I told him everything. He didn't look surprised. He just asked one question. Did you go into room 6? I nodded. He sighed, then said something I still think about. That room hasn't been in use for years. I quit that day. A week later, I got a missed call on my phone. Unknown number. Voicemail. I didn't listen to it at first, but eventually, I did. It was quiet, just static. Then, my voice. Come back to the room. I deleted it. But sometimes, late at night, my phone rings. No number, no name, and I already know what I'll hear. If I ever pick it up again,